Steffer Motto here from SAR Motto Arts. I hope you're having a great time, a great day. I did brush my teeth, but it looks like I might need to do it again. Anyways, we'll be alright. So, I brought cards out. I was just pulling for a couple of the questions that I had left on Cartomancy Tuesday. I'm glad for this last person. Like, she's just so excited for her. But anyways, I wanted to talk about astrology and whatnot. What happened was it wasn't Tarot Tuesday, Cartomancy Tuesday. It was me supposedly going to talk about astrology and what was going on, and I literally had finished the chore, had put on the, what's it called, the little timer that, oh, I'm going to go live, and then I sat down here exactly at this thing, and I just went, poof! We're telling more followers to join your video. Okay, that's cool. Just making sure that if anybody who wants to be here or can at this time, you can. So, I'm going to leave this one recorded up, because really, this way y'all have something to be able to go off of, because I'm going to be at firefighting tonight. I'm taking on a shift because I have the time and I'm bored. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm bored at home. I got a lot of things done, but just that. Oh, what else was I going to do? I feel like I'm all over the place. I'm bouncing around, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. It'll be all right, y'all. Okay, so let's start that. I'm reshuffling these cards right now, so just in case somebody does want a reading or a question for the free Cartomancy Thursday. We're going to say it's Cartomancy Thursday today. And just that. And then we can talk about what the astrology means, because tomorrow, on the 29th of September in Central Standard Time, or Basic Standard Time in UTC, right? UTC, I can't remember what it is. I'm trying to remember what it is and how it goes by. But within the time zone that I am, because I'm in Texas in the United States, right? So it's just where it is and whatnot. And I enjoy it. But we're in Central Standard Time, so I'm in the middle of the U.S., right? You have Eastern Standard Time, which is an hour before me, or an hour earlier than me. Sorry, it's opposite for y'all. Flipped over. And then you have Mountain Time, which is an hour after me, and then you have PST, which is Pacific Standard Time, which is 2 hours after me, right? Or 2 hours less than me. I think it's, if I'm Central Standard Time, no. UTC 5 or UTC 6. I'm trying to remember which one it is, because we in Texas have, what's it called? Savings times. Hello muchacha, how are you doing? ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo va? We're doing Cartomancy Thursday. Oh, I didn't even put in my little links that you can donate if you want to and such. Let's see, how do I do that? See, I have it. Just gotta find it. Oh, yeah. Boop. I don't know how do I clip this? Okay. I was able to pin that one. Hola! How are you? Tengo mis tarots out. I do have tarots out si quiere hacer la pregunta de Cartomancía Jueves. Ahorita, verdaderamente estaba hablando que quería estar hablando de la astrología, porque en el martes, cuando iba a hacerlo, me quedé medio aplastada, dormida aquí. Estaba haciendo todo lo con los gatos, ya estaba preparada, estaba aquí, me senté y ¡puf! Me quedé dormido mucho tiempo y ya pasó hasta el miércoles. Dije, ay, hijo de madre, ya toda la gente se estaba acostada. Pero puse un poquito, contesté hace 2 o 3 preguntas y ya, algo simple. Pero aquí estamos, estoy haciendo en vivo ahorita para poder hacer esto. Porque voy a ir en bomberos esta noche, vamos a ver si puedo sacar cartas allá o no. Vamos a ver cómo me siento. Cuando lo hago en bomberos, casi no lo he hecho en muchos años, porque la última vez me tocó poner aquí encima del emblo, poner un band-aid, una bandita para poder cubrir el nombre, porque pues ese es el departamento, solo soy una persona, no a darles nada, todo eso. For y'all who, I might be doing this later for firefighting, but for right now, I'm for sure gonna do this right now. So, we have a lot. Tengo lots of cartas aquí afuera, tengo muchos muchas barajas aquí afuera ahorita para poder hacer esto. So, diferentes. Si tienen la pregunta para Cartomancía Jueves, voy a preguntarla. Tienen uno de gratis y si quieren hacer más o si quieren donar, hay donaciones ahí. Ahí está el Koji. El link también está en el bio, está en mi profile, que la puedes tocar y así hay todo las links, todas las los websites, el Venmo, el PayPal, todo lo que sea más fácil para ustedes tener. Pero pues empezamos con la astrología. Ya casi termino con esto. No, eso. Esta es mi Santa Muerte Tarot. Ya la saqué otra vez porque pues Santa Muerte tiene mi corazón. Y eso es como son las cosas. Le puse en azul porque me gusta bien. Hola, ¿cómo le ha ido? Okay. Estamos haciendo Cartomancía Jueves y también quería hablar de la astrología de la semana. Mañana tenemos la luna llena en Aries. Eso significa muchas cosas, pero no empezares. Nuevas cosas que podemos limpiar de nuestras vidas. New things for us to do with the Aries moon tomorrow. You can already feel it. Ya puedes sentir la energía de la luna. Es como anticipación. You are anticipating it. You're already feeling it. What shifts are for me for this full moon? Okay, let's do that. All right. Let's use this one while I'm at it. Whoop. Amor. I don't know what we're shifting around love beyond that you're trying to find people that also agree with you. You're either looking for a partner or you have one currently. You're looking to the past. You're either realizing that your exes that you did love at one point didn't love you back, and you're trying to find what is more whole for you. What is better for you. Basically, you're realizing that old things of the past weren't equal footing. They weren't equal relationships that you wished for, okay, with the lovers. Not just that, I feel like you're almost balancing not just your emotions, but you're looking to be married or to be in a serious relationship. You're looking to be with something that leads towards marriage if that is what you want, right? Like, that's what this is. Because I have the Six of Cups and this is the Hierophant. Hierophant to me always means like, you're getting married, you're getting the seriousness, you're having the serious relationship that you're wanting, what you're desiring, what you're wishing for. It has been definitely wild energies. You feel this anticipation of the stuff that you're wanting to do, and it's almost like we're looking at our relationships and looking at what we're feeling and what we're sensing, and it's just like these emotions are coming up. People don't talk about it, but with the full moon, as in firefighting that I work, right, it just gets a lot more. It just gets a lot more. You have more things that happen. The ER's crazy. The people in the ambulance are working a lot. All sorts of stuff, right? Sometimes it's pretty chill. But right now, what I feel like is people are going to be looking at their past relationships like, okay, I noticed that person didn't love me for me. Or that person loved me only for what I could do for them. And that's what I feel for you. I feel like you're just looking back and you're like, oh, is this ex somebody that I could have gotten married to? Was this a person that I should have gotten married to? Well, Spirit's telling me that no, you're looking back and realizing what's changed, what you need to keep, and what you need to strengthen yourself before you get into a relationship that's good for you, okay? Let's see, what else do we need to know about this? We have relationships and the wheel is turning. So past relationships are in the past, okay? For you, I don't see you going back to a relationship. I see you finding someone better because we have the Sun card here. Major Arcana, as well as the Wheel of Fortune, okay? That's 4 major arcanas that you have, right? Straight up. So your spirits, your guides, your ancestors, your angels are telling you that really and truly you're having a change. You're having a full change, a complete one that basically is something out of the blue in the sense. And it's for your betterment. It's for the bettering of yourself. Okay? So you yourself will be coming into a new relationship. You will be having a new tide, a new change, a better thing in family, in love, and the relationships. So this might be that you're finding someone new and saying like, this is who I would have wanted to get married to. And then you're like, you know what? I'm doing the healing, and they seem to be doing the healing. They're like, hey, I at one point this was my way with my exes used me or whatever. I'm not going to let that happen this time. So that's what I feel for you. I hope that's exciting. Something you can do during this moon and whatnot. Allow yourself to be wooed. Allow yourself. I feel like this is what your spirits are telling you who the person is this person. Okay. Whenever I see El Caballero or the Knight of Wands, I think of a man who truly comes after it. Either your past relationship, what you noticed about it is this person was very wishy-washy. This person was very hot and cold. Had some things and then would pull back. And so you're like, no, I want consistency. I want passion. I want somebody that's going to say, hey, yes, I want to go on a date with you. And they follow through. And they're like, yes, let's go on a date. Yes, let me take you out. That's the way that you're going to know about it. You love romance. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Every person is different. You got to remember that. Me, I don't feel like I have a romantic bone in my body. And so when people like come after me and they have to make it known that they're like, I want to go on a date with you, and then I have to think about it. I'm like, huh? Yes? No? Maybe so? I don't know. You might be able to see my cats. You might not. They love their little spaces and they like being here, like being on top of my thing. But yeah. Attracting better. You're attracting somebody that if the person previous never decided to, if they were somebody that would always wait for you to make the first move, this new person is going to make the first move. They're going to be like, can I take you out for a drink? And you're like, okay. It might be very shocking because you're not used to allowing yourself that. But you need to. You need to allow yourself to say, okay, I'm open to love. So yes, I'm open to this. I'm open to the person showing it first, right? Because you happen to be la mujer, you happen to be the feminine energy, that happens to be where you're at. Alrighty. I hope that helps you out. If you want a tip, you can. It's not required, but it's that. Let me see. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, all my books are open. I finished my wait list, which was kind of crazy to say out loud because I'm like, I got through and everybody's either booked or not. I have a shit ton of bookings available for October if you want appointments or if you just want readings and stuff like that. I've never really mentioned it up here before. I'm like, I should mention it to people that it's open or that there's more spots available. But, you know, I'm very big in, like, you just send me a message via WhatsApp. If you're sending me via personal message here on Instagram, I unfortunately take forever, it seems. Or I'll, like, forget about personal messages and stuff. But I have email through sarmadoarts.com, or you can just, hi! So yes, I'm so excited for you. I'm happy that you're going to have that love, and that is what's helping. And it does make sense. Let's talk about the astrology that we have for Aries moon, because it also talks about, let me see, what do we have here? Okay, we have an Aries moon, and Venus is in Leo right now. So Venus in Leo means that it's where Venus gets its ego. It's like, oh my God, like, let me have people that come up to me instead of me having to do the work. Let me attract what I wish for, right? But it's square. It's a square. Squares are hard aspects in astrology. They're where things can get kind of like a puzzle piece, where you're trying to fit things in and you're trying to figure out what it is for yourself. And Taurus is in Uranus is in the Taurus house sector. So Taurus is all about not moving, not doing the things that are stressful for it. Taurus is very slow moving. So being that it's a square, it's kind of a kink, right? And this is where it talks about relationships. This is Venus in Leo is very active in finding relationships and attracting and coming out here and doing that. Well, Taurus is very good with taking its time because it's Venus ruled, right? But Uranus is in it. What does Uranus talk about? Uranus talks about, like, it's not the dreamy aspects. The dreamy aspects really are like Neptune, right? But Uranus talks about we're having to go through the mind, right? Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, not Neptune. Uranus, and Neptune is one of the rulers in Pisces. Uranus, new ideas, strategy. Less strategy and more like, what is Aquarius known for? It's known for always finding what's new in the world. They like to be edgy, right? They like to be very humanitarians, right? That's the best aspect for it. So it being in Taurus is, what can we be a humanitarian about? I just what did you mean you fainted? Oh my gosh. What do you mean you just fainted? No. I hope it was for the question that I just answered that I'm excited for you about. Let me see how many people are in the live. Yeah, you'll be right back. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna save this one. The good thing is you can't see your comments, so you're safe. You should be fine. No worries. Anyways, Uranus is the humanitarian aspect. Uranus in Taurus gives almost... Taurus is inside. It's self. But not like Aries, okay? Aries is the self and the projection of self, and it is where Chiron talks about things and body and self and your ego, right? Where Taurus is it's considered the childhood stages. It's where you take care of yourself, you nurture yourself. What is it that your body needs, your health needs? Your health is more in the aspect of Virgo, since we just came out of Virgo season, but it's more like what makes you feel comfort, right? And Uranus is not that at all. Uranus is very humanitarian and let's go save the plants and save the trees and save the earth. And it's very likes to put people in these spaces where you are challenged mentally, where you are challenged of, like, when you talk to Aquariuses, right? If you're not somebody who has a lot of air in your chart, or you just don't see the same points as Aquarians, will be like, no, we need to save the earth because there is no plan B. They're very much the humanitarian aspect. They're very much like, everybody should be able to have at least food, water, and shelter. Like, and you get that, right? But they try to change it, and they try to push for it, and they push for the change. They're great activists. So are we comforting ourselves, or are we dealing with this? So it's a harder aspect. It's harder anyways. Harder aspects are squares. So squares in astrology means so much. It means that it can be a little bit rougher. It basically is a conflict, is the best way to put it. It's a little bit of a conflicting thing. So that's where that aspect is. And then the day afterwards, we have Mercury, that is still in Virgo, which it likes being. It's happy. Has having a trine with Uranus and Taurus, which is much softer. Much softer, okay? Uranus still hasn't left Taurus, so we're still in this aspect of challenging ourselves and our comfort levels, right? So for people right now are in the aspect, I'm gonna use myself, that we're challenging ourselves with our comfort zones. We're like, let me push past my comfort zones, or do I just want to be this? What is a little bit better for me? What is a little bit easier for me? What makes me actually move? Because Taurus doesn't like moving. Taurus likes to go slow and steady, and only when it's convinced itself will it move. Will it move, right? But trines are very happy aspects, because instead of being squares and hard, and there's many points, right? There's many 90-degree angles that it doesn't want to move, right? Trines are much nicer in the sense that they take softer energy, and it's almost like where you take the two energies and they're trying to find a way to compromise. That's what that is. Now, for this energy of the full moon, everybody's been feeling it. I always say you can use the power of the full moon 3 days before and 3 days after, or 2 days before, 2 days after. And people are like, what do you mean by that? I'm like, well, there's different energies each day. The 2 days before the full moon is at its fullest peak. You have this anticipation, okay? I see it in my garden. As somebody that has roses and plants, and I have a green thumb, Capricorn stellium, and my moon is in that stellium, so it means that that's like already a heavy aspect, but then I have a shit ton of air. So I can feel it. I can feel the energies, just like my gifts and whatnot, because I like talking to the plants. I like talking to the animals, and it's not the same sense. Like, I'll talk to them, and I feel what they want from me. But for me, I have roses, and my roses like blooming on the full moon. But the day before and the 2 days before, I can see the blooms, and it's like they're starting to. They like just open what's called the protective petals, the little green petals that surround the bulb of the flower. They like open up, but that's it. And they're like, we're just waiting. We're just waiting, this anticipation of all this energy to just to just be able to take the breath. It's almost like holding your breath, waiting for something. Okay, so it's a little bit of anxiety. It's a little bit of something more. It's very interesting. Okay, the day that the full moon is, everything blooms and everything's like, oh, this release, this aspect of bloom, this aspect of, this is why full moons, a lot of people say, you have two aspects. You have people that talk about like, this is the best time to fully manifest something. And you're like, yes. But I would say it's the days anticipating, so the full moon is its peak, right? But then you also have people that are like, think of it as a banishment. And that's great. That's a good way to think about it, because the full moon, you can also, the 2 days after the full moon, right? You still use this energy, but now it's fully bloomed, and now we can get rid of what doesn't serve us. Because now it goes into its waning phase, where the moon gets smaller and smaller as the days go by, well, the nights, as the nights go by, and you're noticing more and more things. All of that stuff. So, my cats. They noticed my mom came in. She noticed that, and she's like, oh shoot, you're recording. Whoops. Sorry, y'all. I love my mama. I'm not worried about it. Yeah. All sorts of things. Let's see. What time are we right now? It's 1:27. Basically that. Let me see if I can do that. But yeah, that's what the aspects of the full moon mean anyways. And when you talk about the new moon, right? The new moon can be used the couple of days before, but I think it's, what is it? It's 2 days. 2 days before the new moon, or it's like 1 day before the new moon. Some people say it's 3 days before the new moon, where the moon is at its darkest, and it's called the dark moon, right? Really, I would consider it 2 days before the new moon, right? The new moon is where you start getting a little bit of light, but usually there's no light in the sky, right? Some people will be able to see the slight slimmer of something, slight, almost looks like just a little bit of a line if you get to see some of that light turn on, but that's really when the new moon is. The dark moon is where we can, it's the dark phase. Hello, how are you? It's just all sorts of things, right? What else is about the dark moon? The dark moon, you get these aspects of, we are fully in darkness, we fully are planting the seeds or removing the things that don't serve us, right? So that's what that is. Hello, how are you? So I was just talking about a little bit of the astrology and how we have the aspects, because Tuesday, I came, I sat down, me quedé aplastada. I literally was like done with my things. I'm like, oh, I got like 20 minutes, okay, and like I just knocked out in this exact seat until basically the early morning. That's the best way to put it. It was basically Wednesday of the next day, so it was just like oof. I didn't mean to, but yeah, I'm doing the recording now, I am recording this one, but comments don't get recorded, so you can say what you want. Because I'm going to be doing firefighting tonight. I'm taking on a shift. We'll see if I have enough time to pull some cards for people, but really it's going to be like this. But I do have my books open. Well, I've always had my books open. They never close. It's the best way to put it. But if you've been wanting a reading of some sort, whether it's a, why do I want to say prepaid? If it's a pre-recorded reading where you're going to take an image of whatever it is, whether it's dice, whether it's playing cards, whether it's such, if you're always busy, right? That's what I always recommend. If you want a spread reading or pre-recorded, it's because you're busy or you don't know when, or you just want like one question. It's the best thing ever for people, right? I'm fixing up a second website at the same time as the one that I have. The one I have, we are not happy with. I've been trying to fix up the shop, and so I have it kind of a second one that I'm building, and we're gonna swap it sometime. But until then, it's just easy. You can just say, hey, I want a dice reading. You send it via WhatsApp or through email, and you're like, oh, I have this question, or I have this. When can I do this? Hola, ¿cómo le ha ido? So, this is your Cartomancy Thursday. If you have a question, you get one free. You can donate or, what is it called? Donate or tip. That is the Koji, which is where all the comments. It's in my bio. It's all my links, basically, to make your life easier. I'm trying to see if have it on a clipboard to be able to send this to make y'all's lives easier. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Let me see. PayPal me, and then where's my clipboard? Venmo to make y'all lives easier. Doop. Trying to do that. I'll put a little of that to make my life. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Boom. There we are. I don't know how to pin these things. Okay, here we are. I can pin that one. I'm excited for y'all. Just the best way to put that. I just had, I just answered the rest of the Cartomancy Tuesday kind of questions that had asked me. There was like 3 people that said something, and I just got excited to help them out because I was like, yay, let me finally answer these suckers. Not to be anything like that, but yeah, I'm one of those people that that's just how I roll. Now I haven't explained the astrology since this one's going to be kind of saved. Y'all have something to go off of, or at least in the story. Yeah, I think I'll just wait around here for a little bit. I'm using playing cards. I have a bunch of tarots out. And then I also have Siblia cards. Siblia cards out. They're kind of like Lenormand, but they are the Italian form. I also have a Kipper deck out. Or Kipper inspired, okay, before someone decides to at me and get mad at me or something, because that's not a real Kipper deck. You're right! You're absolutely right! You know, what is this deck? This is what the deck looks like. It's by Ciro Marchetti. I think he's Italian, if I'm correct. Italiano or not. As somebody who's Sicilian and Greek, it's like that. So, they call it Fin de... Yeah, I can write that. Fin de Cecil Kipper fortune telling deck. I like it. I like his decks. His artwork is inspiring enough to be able to catch pieces and parts from my gifts. So there's that. Who's here? I have one. Hi. Okay, there. Made life easier. Was I able to pin that thing? Oh, I'm only able to pin one. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just leave it like that. Make my life easier. All of that. This one, I actually wrote some things on it because my brain decided to do things sideways. This one, I included the Siblia. So that way, as I learn more and more and more. But I use this more as a playing card deck. So, that's fun. This is Presenti di Pietre Preziosa, which is gift of, the other one just says gift, but there's 2 gifts in the Siblia. Dono. There's 2 gifts of forms in the Siblia deck. There's gift, which is like a small surprise, small present, and then there's Presenti di Pietra Preziosa. My Italian is not as great as it should be. It's been many years since I spoke it, and we spoke Sicilian. So, there's that. But this is the precious stones. So it's the bigger gift. It's the one where you get, like, real money out of it, or real something out of it. I'm excited for people. There's that. Anyways, what else do I have? Didn't have a lot. Let me see. I think I got a text message or someone. If you did, and you don't know my number, you just go to my website and on SAR Model Arts. It does have my website written. It does have my phone number for you to be able to WhatsApp me, because it is WhatsApp that you have to go through. Because if you just text me and you're like from out of state or out of something, and it might not go through, and it's just a thing. It's just the whole thing. But we'll be all right. So I'm just gonna be on here for a couple more hours, maybe an hour, maybe 30 minutes. Might have to come back, but I know as soon as I get off, I'm gonna try to take a nap, so that way I can go and do my things at my station tonight at firefighting. So there's that. Si prefieren español, ahí está también. What else do I have? Sometimes I wonder how people do lives, because I feel like I'm a little bit more boring whenever I'm doing the ones on YouTube. You know, there's all of that. On the Koji, which is the best way, or on my website, you have all the little links to be able to click, whether it's YouTube, Snapchat. I don't have Facebook. I keep feeling people asking me for it, but I don't have Facebook. I only use Facebook for firefighting. So I don't have a page for it. I don't have anything like that. It's just what that is. I don't really know how to use groups well anyways. It's the best way to put that. So yeah, I think that's all we have. What else do I have? So for next month, if you want readings, if you want things, either way, you can send them now and say, hey, I'm looking for one. I cleared out my wait list, which is kind of crazy to say out loud, like I said earlier, because I usually have like people who are like, hey, I'm waiting for a reading. Hey, I'm waiting for a reading. When you have some time, just pop up. But I don't have one right now. I made sure that everybody had a reading. And a couple of people are like, I'm going to see you next month, but I'm going to tell you when. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Very big into that. I also have people who prefer pre-recorded readings, which are fun, right? That's where I'm pulling for this. You get an image of what the cards are, or cards, dice, runes, all the different forms of how I read. Whatever you ask for, right? Whatever those questions are. All of that. Just gonna chill on over here. I don't know how to send this. I don't know who else to send this to. People are still working. That's usually when I get my rest. This is when people are working, because I work at night. So that is. Aww. I'm just looking through and I'm just like, aww. Who do I have still here? Alright. Oh, I guess I'll find something else to do for a little bit. So someone asks a question. I'm gonna do this on my computer. I have an actual home computer, because that's how I work, because my laptop decided to die on me a long time ago. I will keep checking the comments, and y'all just wave something if you want. And if you want another question, I'm down for it. If you have questions about like how astrology impacts people, especially because this one's going to impact relationships, it's going to feel a little bit rougher. It's going to feel like whatever relationships we're in right now that you should have been fighting a while ago, or you've been mistreated and you finally are going to speak up tomorrow or these couple of days. Breathe for me, okay? Just take your time. Take your time. If you feel like that's what you needed to, and it's the accumulation of all of it, it's understandable. It's understandable. Don't worry about everybody. You can use Spanish or English. Just comment something. I'm looking at that. Or I might get off and then wait till later. Wow, that is a lot brighter. I'm already pale to begin with. Where's my Gmail? In case somebody did respond to it. Sorry about bright. I might get off and then try again in a little bit, but that's up to y'all. Oh, that's the wrong email. Let's go to this email and see if y'all have, because I think somebody has emailed me and I still am behind on that. 'Cause sometimes that happens. Sometimes I'm behind on emails. But I checked and I think I wasn't. Alright, well I might close this out and try to come back on in a minute, see what's up with Gats for a little bit. Missing anybody? La primita. Which you shouldn't be on now that I think about it, because you should be at school. Oh goodness. Alright, yeah. And I put a new email. Compose. Here we are. Where's my downloads? Quick access. Ha! Alright, cool. Anybody else? No? Okay. I think I'm getting off then. Alright. Bye, y'all. This is going to be unrecorded, so that way you can see that. I don't know how to save it. I don't know if it goes as real or something. We're trying this out. See what goes on. And I hope this helps out. I might see y'all tonight after firefighting, after everyone's sleeping. I'm just there roaming around since I'm awake all night. If I am, nothing's too bad. You can pull on out and we can pull. I guess maybe I should bring this one. Maybe I'll bring this one. How about the vampires? Because I love being spooky. I do. I love it. I enjoy the darker decks because they talk about things that a lot of people shy from, is the best way to put it. Because, we'll take this, the King of Cups, right? solitary sometimes. Usually he's up drinking or he's all in his feelings, right? That's very King of Cups. I've always seen one too many. They're the ones at the bar drinking because they don't know how to get you off your mind. So there's that, y'all. I will let y'all go. Next time I'll bring some knitting or something and just knit here until people come on. I don't know. Would y'all enjoy that? I need ideas. I need to start commenting on these videos or stuff and saying like, oh, I like this one or I don't like that one. Something. Alright, y'all. Hope this helps out. If y'all have ideas, I plan on putting a little question thing up and you can be like, oh, I want an idea of how a dice reading looks like or how I don't know, how an I Ching reading looks like. I was thinking about doing one of each just so that way y'all would have them. But I'm trying to figure out if I should just do pick a piles instead. Maybe I should do that. Instead, pick an object. Pick whatever an object is. And then each one has an I Ching reading to it. I don't know. Maybe that's what's up. Alright, y'all.